Okay, we're already up to problem number 5. We only have 10 problems to get to. We want to find out what is the slope of this particular line. Remember that every time we're trying to figure out a slope and we have a graph, we always start with the leftmost point. So we're going to start with this point right here. We're going to figure out how much we go down or up. So notice to get to the next point, I have to go down. So I'm going to count it there. So I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be -5 because I'm going down. If I was going up, it would be positive. And then from there, I go 1, 2, 3. So I move over 3 positions to the right. So it would be -5/3. And so the answer would be -5/3. Notice that I also would consider this correct. I'm not 100% sure that that's one of the answers that they check on the test. So I do know this one will definitely work. However, if you write it the other way, I will make sure that I go back and check those and make sure that you get credit for those if you got it right. Okay, what is the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points? So to find the slope that passes through these 2 points, we do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's the slope of a line. So we subtract the y values, but we do have to pick the 2 points. We're going to pick this one as 0.1. This one is 0.2. So the -8 is my y2. 2 is my x2, 3 is my y1, and -4 is my x1. Remember, we have an x and a y value of each one, so this is x, y, x, y. So then we do -8 minus 3 over 2 minus a -4. Okay, so we're always subtracting. x1 is -4. That's why I put it in parentheses like that. In the top, we have -8 minus 3, which is -11. And that's 2 plus 4 in the denominator. That equals -11 over 6. And again, writing it as -11 over 6 is probably better. Okay, now we're going to evaluate f of x equals 3x minus 6. To evaluate anything, what we're going to be doing in this particular case is we're going to plug in values. So notice that we are missing 3 values here. So we're going to plug in a 2 for x in both places. So I have f of 2, or it should be in every place, 3 times 2 minus 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Remember, do order of operations, multiplication first, subtraction last. Okay, so that's f of 2. F of 4 is equal to 3 times 4, because we plug in the 4 there. That is 12 minus 6, which is 6. So we put a 6 there. Now notice a pattern of these numbers here. Notice that the x values are changing by 2. That's consistent. Goes up by 2 for every single one. And then notice that the f of x's go up by 6. So I can predict that this value is going to be 12. So we can see how it's going up by 6 each time. But we're going to go ahead and plug it in. So f of 6 equals 3 times 6 minus 6. That equals 18 minus 6, which equals 12, which is what we got. Okay, so we're just plugging them in, evaluating them, making sure that we can solve for those particular values. And then finally, for this particular part of the video, we are going to finish up with this problem. Notice that we have a word problem. In 2017, Mike spent $900 on food. In 2019, he spent $300 on food. What is the rate of change? So the rate of change is the same thing as the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So notice that we have dates here, years in particular, and so those are going to be my x values. You notice that we have these values, which are going to be my y values. So I'm going to pick this one as 0.2, this one is 0.1. It doesn't really matter if you recall. So that means we have 900 minus 300, because it's y2 minus y1. And then it's x2 minus x1. So we have 2017 minus 2019. Now, of course, these two have to go together because they are point number 2. And so 900 minus 300 is 600. 2017 minus 2019 is negative 2, so I get negative 300, and there's my rate of change. And now we'll go to the third video. Third video will describe the last two problems, which are dealing with absolute values.